Hey, thanks for joining me. Travis from the Knife Joker. And, well, yeah, I'm gonna review these Liong Mah Hawk. It's all three versions here in front of me, but I made it a little more obvious today. I do say Travis from the Knife Joker, and it's funny, people sometimes don't put two and two together, or I do mumble. My channel, the YouTube channel here, in general, is my name and doesn't say Knife Joker. And my lighting used to be horrible, and it's still not great. My camera setup isn't that great. Um, I say a lot, and my overall presentation, isn't that great. But you'll notice over time, hopefully, gets better. And sometimes I have one of these things sitting here, and I mumble, and then go on with. Hopefully, I try to keep the video focus mostly on the knives, and I used to think the knives were just gonna show themselves, but no, the low volume, the bad lighting, and all that did it hurt the presentation. So there's a lot of great YouTube people out there, and I thought, well, I'm not competing with them, but I have to try to do the knives justice at least. So if you do hear me say and you see this thing sitting there, it is Travis from the Knife Joker. Most of the knives I do review, you can get at the Knife Joker, but at the same time, I'm kind of just a knife addict, so coming at you from two different worlds when I guess I speak on some of these knives. Been a knife collector and a knife person for a long time, and just really addictive also. So if you can't tell, I like to try them all in hand if and when I can. So that's enough for that rambling. Last thing, if you do like these videos, if you like the channel at all, hit the subscribe button. It's great to get more subscribers going. Some of these YouTube people have tons of subscribers, and I have, well, basically a couple. But back to the knives. Going over this Liong Mah design, comes in the zipper pouch, just like Leon's been doing this for a while. That cleaning cloth, little Velcro backed rubber badge, and the business card right there. But that's how your hawk will come. And I did just do, maybe a month ago, went over this titanium hawk, kind of showed it. So hopefully not all repetitive material here, but thought it's got to be good to show all three of these, side by side. I was going to say in person. But yeah, really good to show these side by side. Adjust my camera before I lose it. So the channel overall, work in progress. But sometimes I get some decent shots. There's that titanium one again. Once again, that's what you're dealing with, that titanium frame lock with hologrammed M390. Let's check out one of these new versions. Not sure which one's more anticipated, the marble carbon fiber or the green canvas micarta. It's a soft micarta. You can feel it with your hand a little bit. It's pretty raw. Let's see if well, my hand's not very sweaty right now, but if you touch it and touch it and touch it, it darkens up with oil and with water. Of course, it dries back out too. Should probably just go over the Warrior the warrior, excuse me, the hawk in general. Got that Liong Mah back spacer, kind of goes down, like lanyard tube in the back. Reversible pocket clip with that ceramic ball. Just super clean look. Really functional. Left hand or right hand carry. Tip up. It's got that Liong Mah pivot. And that flipper tab on this hawk. In pretty low profile. Just one position. And I was just looking to see if my hand was on the lock bar. Don't have to worry too much about it with this overlaid kind of not really a bolster, just an inlay, but does give you some protection from pushing the lock bar when you're going to flip it open. So flips open pretty great. I'll push it as softly as I can. It still flew all the way open. There you get that Hawk blade. Hollow ground M390. The way they brought that hollow ground out, did that little swedge right there on the tip. It's pretty attractive. You see it, it's a beefy blade stock. And I like to put my thumb on the back of the knife a lot, so I do like that when it's a thick blade. But it's pretty darn thin, that hollow grind. You can see on this green micarta one, that M390 being stonewashed. Here my lighting even today isn't perfect. And still hoping the knives are just going to show themselves. And they kind of do. You get some good lighting. You can see on that spine, that thick spine stonewashed. Got that little, how the edge is taken back right there. No sharp edges. Keeps the knife stronger and better in hand. That kind of one-way jimping. The jimping on these Hawk are it's not very aggressive. It's for looks, really. You know, it does match in to where a lot of Liong's other ones have that one-way jimping, and it looks the same, but it's pretty smooth in both directions. I have a little bit of a smaller knife, but still, I got a large size hand. It's pretty good in hand there. Hopefully you guys saw the titanium, the overview of that. I made it like a month ago, something like that. Here's that marble carbon fiber. Riyad's just doing a great job with these ones. I mean, sometimes the marble carbon fiber, it always varies knife to knife, piece to piece. Just slight variances in the grain and so forth. It looks great there against that bead blast. You see all the gray highlights in the carbon fiber. Matching scales on both sides of the knife. So yeah, if you do switch that pocket clip over, I mean, it's going to be same look. And once again, that scale making it a little easier to just pop that blade open, and then you get hollow ground M390. Beautiful grinds there coming out of the Riyadh factory. You see that small bevel, consistent small bevel. Check the other side of this. Always feel creative with my left hand. Can't do much with my left hand, really. pretty great in hand. I mean, no hot spots really at all. Even the clip is pretty darn flat, as you can see. Once again, did do just the overview. We'll get a month ago, whatever. Did do an overview of one of these again. A little side by side comparison, possibly. You're looking at 3¼ inch blade, about 7¼ inches overall. Maybe check one of these out side by side with some other knives. Bring out that Riot Starboy. Pretty close. Once again, that's a beefy blade, but it's flat ground. That hollow ground Hawk's going to be a little bit thinner behind the edge. They are similar in size. And that Riot Wave, another thick blade, but once again flat ground. So the Wave is definitely thicker behind the edge than that Hawk. That Hawk's got that hollow ground M390. I don't know. Probably the Horizon D Mini is bigger. Oh, it's also flat ground. So the Hawk being just a little smaller than these other knives I did bring out, and it being hollow ground too makes it once again a little probably lighter and possibly a better slicer. That T2500, a little smaller. Well, it's only a 2½ inch blade, so definitely smaller. This little side by side comparison to some other Riots. It's fun to see them side by side. Sometimes people ask, can I get a pic of so and so and so and so? Well, there it is right there on video. Spyderco Native. Well, for some reason, I thought it might be close to the size of the Native. Probably a little bigger than the Native. The blade length. And I think the Native is, just under 3 inches probably? If I can remember correctly. Might be kind of close to the Delica. Maybe, I guess, a hair longer than the Delica. Really. But smaller than the Mannix. Of course, the closest knife always looks bigger, so it's kind of a funny lineup. You can switch them all around, but you can imagine, I'm not going to switch them all around. It's fun to see them side by side. Once again, and probably showed this on the last video, I'm not sure, but you see that Hawk blade shape, how that hollow ground kind of comes right out the top of the spine here. Gives it a neat look. Did remind me of what already did come out, that eraser. Pretty similar. Not sure that eraser, I think, is a high flat grind. So a little different, being that this is hollow ground. But you can see a little bit similar in the grinds, how they come out the top. Pretty cute side by side there. Both two of the thinner Riot made knives. Two real slicer blades right there. So overall, what we did come to the party to see was these new versions. You see this, once again, that softer green micarta. These Hawks were developed possibly because of the popularity of Delaney. Very popular Delaney. It's similar in size, but it's a completely different knife, obviously. I mean, everything about it. But they do remind me of a little bit of each other, and you can see that, completely finished, oiled, I'm not sure how they finish it, polished, oiled micarta as opposed to that more raw micarta. And which one do I like better? I can't even answer that. It's great to it's great to have a piece of each. That's for sure. Let me check out that Lanny and that Hawk there, side by side. Pretty cool pieces. Just the new school, old school. I don't know, I probably said that like 25 times, or no, probably more than that. Wasn't really trying to oversay it, but I always think that Delaney and now that Hawk, kind of like a new school, old school look. I like it. So to wrap up, we'll just check these out one more time side by side, and that's it. If you do like the channel, hit the subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. Try to keep the lighting and the voicing okay and possibly better over time. All right. Have a good Sunday. Today's Sunday for me. We'll see you next time.